Hello Mount Riders and Bladeswingers, this is Ruffles11 and today I'm going to show you the new update 1.59. To make the long story short, I would say you should definitely get this update if you own the game, and if you don't own the game you should definitely buy it now. Install the game, which will automatically install the version 1.59, and keep it that way, because this version is stable. It works perfectly, and as far as I can tell, it didn't inflict or conflict with simple mods that add armor. For showcase purposes, I will not show any modded items, any modded armor, any modded weapon, but only vanilla gameplay. As I'm not talking about mods, but about the update. I will show you the character creation in the campaign mode and in the sandbox mode too. And then I will talk about the sandbox mode and show you some sandbox gameplay. Let's start a new campaign. My general recommendation for the campaign is either choosing the Vanyan culture with its troop boost or the Imperial culture, as it has this construction boost and the siege boost. And if you play the campaign mode, you definitely will have siege warfare and lots of conquest. So the Empire is my actual go-to, and Vlandia is okay if you like battles, but sieges are more important. Well, anyways, let's get started. You see the first most important change. The voice symbol is not up here anymore, but it moved to the left. And we can choose more than just the voice pitch and the height. We can choose our weight. And our muscles. Well, the build slider actually doesn't add that much muscle focus, but it gives you more shape. It emphasizes the shoulders and the hips. On the male build it shows much more impact, but again on the shoulders and the breasts. Well, anyways, let's make a strong warrior woman, Amazon. Well, let's randomize her and see what happens. Oh, this one looks quite interesting. Excuse me. Hello, that's a nice name. We stick with this. And here are no changes at all. If you wanted to, you could disable death and birth here, but who in the hell would do this? I mean, the fun is that there are some stakes in this game, and the entire clan system only works properly if you can give birth and die. Of course, you skip the tutorial, no one needs a tutorial. Finally, nice name, isn't it? The next change we notice is in this banner editor. We can finally swap colors, which leads to more creativity. For example, instead of just doing a red flag with a white symbol, we could switch them and have a white flag with a red symbol, or a black flag. Unfortunately, the colors we choose are automatically swapped. It's not possible to, for example, keep this red background and the white symbol, swap the two lines, and then choose another color for the symbol. For example, if I wanted to have a totally red flag, my idea would be to have a red background, switch this, choose a red symbol, and then we would have a totally red flag. This unfortunately isn't possible because, as you can see, it always swaps the colors that are selected right now too, instead of just swapping the bars, choosing bars, the options, whatever you want to call them. But anyways, let's let's I'm not quite sure what I actually want, to be honest. Yeah, that will work. And let's give us this weird animal. So, as far as I can see in the campaign mode, there are no new towns, no new castles. The only thing that might have changed depending on which version you got stuck, which version you didn't update, the quest menu has changed a bit. It has these two, let's call them folders, for active quests and old quests. Well, that's everything there is to say about. You still got your siblings once you reach plant tier 2. Oh, excuse me. So once you finally establish your clan, which you will do anyway, I mean, gaining 2,000 dinars, hiring some men and gaining renown is something you do anyways. And completing this simple quest is your key to gain 3 potential heirs. Your older brother Nathanus and your 2 younger siblings. You will see that the sandbox mode is not much different, except for the fact that you don't have these heirs for free, but you have to choose a wife or a husband as fast as you can and make them pregnant as fast as you can. Let's start a sandbox mode now. So, for the sandbox mode, I highly recommend using either the Aserai or the Vlandians, depending on how you are going to play this. Because you will have much more battles in the sandbox mode. Because establishing your clan is a bit harder than in campaign mode, so you will have obviously more battles to gain more renown against more looters and brigands. The Aserai are useful too, as you will spend much more time trading in this mode than in campaign mode. Because to get a wife or husband, you will need money. Again, you will spend more time with trading, so focusing on trading and charm is not a bad idea. Let's have a look at the 2 extreme points. You see, this is different than on the campaign mode. This is why I've filmed the campaign mode as well, to show the difference. Here we can choose our age. Choosing this age might be appealing, but only if you're short-sighted, because yes, you get unspent focus points and attribute points, which is cool, and you look quite mature and badass, but you're old. I mean it, you're really old. While this doesn't give you a bonus and you look quite young and childish, but this buys you time, because you will die in Calradia. You will die in Bannerlord. This is why we play Bannerlord, because finally something is at stake, instead of being immortal like in Warband. So, you can die, your clan can die, you will need heirs. The younger you are, the easier it is to train your charm skill by talking and trading with people. The easier it is to upgrade your steward skill, and the easier it is to upgrade your trading skill for actually doing things with the time you have. While here, we might have focus points and attribute points, but it doesn't mean that we are skilled in the things we focus on. Because focus points are not skill points. They only boost the speed you learn things with. So, I highly recommend taking the youngest age possible. Maybe if you really can't stand this young appearance and want to boost trait or charm fully, you could use the 30-year-old person too, the 30-year-old man in this case, but I will stick with the youngest one. We start more or less at the point where we started the campaign, but we skip the tutorial and we start, as we chose the Azarai, next to an Azarai city. Again, the color swapping thing. It's nice to have. As you can see, we only started with this few skill points, 30 skill points, and skills we focused on during the character creation. If we had chosen a 50-year-old person, we still only would have had these 30 points in charm and trait, which ain't quite worth it, because in 30 years in game you can earn a lot of skill points. And starting with 30 points but being 50 years old, no matter the focus points, just a dumb idea. The time is running. We only got this basic amount of food, which isn't even displayed in our inventory. And we only got 1,000 dinars. But what we got is speed. This is why I chose the easiest difficulty, because hitting harder or not that hard ain't important, but being fast is very important in sandbox mode. Buying stuff and selling stuff here will be quite cheap. Thanks to a trading skill of 30 and our focus on these wares, on the trade goods, on the miscellaneous goods, we have at least this information. It's not the information I was looking for. If someone had talked to us about some prices in the tavern, it would have been better. But at least we have this information if we hover over the things, the wares. Okay, let's keep in mind here it costs 9. I will spoil something for you. Trading olives and oil from this city up to the north, especially in this region here, the west of the Batanian and the north of Landia, is quite lucrative. This is how we start this game mode. Anyways guys, this is the sandbox mode. It's actually a hardcore mode. You don't have your heirs, you don't have your siblings, you don't have a quest log telling you how to succeed. You actually need to already know the game.